Hey guys, welcome to another fashion vocabulary episode. It's been a while since I posted a video on here because I kind of was taking a little time out of my normal schedule to like rest and recharge. Like when you are a creative person and you do this kind of work where you have to come up with ideas all the time, especially if you're working like as a designer, whatever space in design or art, and really people do not talk much about how much of a mental, how do I put it, how much of mental work or how much of brain work is required to be creative. Sometimes people feel like being creative is something that's just spontaneous, but it takes a lot of work to actually be creative. Over the month of July and even throughout like the first few weeks of August, it's not really been easy for me to come up with ideas and post. Although there have been like some other personal challenges that have prevented me from posting on here, but I think majority of what has prevented me from making videos recently is the fact that I was just mentally drained. So I am back now because I took a few days off to recharge. In case you are feeling that exact same way, too much of an introduction at this point. Maybe these things that I've shared might help you one way or the other. Anyways, let's get to today's video because this is quite a long intro, guys. If this is your first time on channel, I'm usually not like this, so please subscribe. Today's video is I want to share more fashion vocabularies with you guys, and the first one we're going to be going off with is asymmetrical. Asymmetrical is essentially when the design of a garment or of an outfit is not the same thing on both sides. For instance, maybe you have a skirt that is, shorter on the one side and longer on the right side, maybe shorter on the left side and longer on the right side. That's an asymmetrical skirt. So that's essentially what asymmetrical means. So cutting on the bias can give the fabric extra stretch, and that's the more reason why it's very drapey, it's very fluid when you cut the fabric on the bias, and it really enhances the figure more when most evening dresses are cut on the bias. Another word is upcycle, and it's a sustainability word because it means taking old stuff, taking old materials or old clothes that have been made before and turning them into something new. Of course, you could guess that from the word recycle. So if it's going to get okrika and then maybe getting okrika jackets, for instance, and then trying to make something different from those fabric, that is upcycling. Another word is sheer. Okay, so sheer. A fabric is sheer when it is transparent. I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of these mesh fabrics that are really popularized now. It's everywhere now, everybody's wearing them. Those mesh fabrics are sheer, and when you are adding like a sheer fabric to your collection, or you're making, usually you want to give like a sultry appearance or a really sexy look, and sheer fabrics can be layered a lot because they're really lightweight fabrics. So that's essentially what sheer means. So debut can be used to describe like a first collection of a designer, or for instance a first piece of a designer. You can say a debut collection. A debut collection is essentially like a first project or body of work that someone puts out. That's a debut. So it's not only exclusive to fashion space, but of course it's a general word, but it's used a lot in the fashion industry. A lookbook is something that, a lookbook is like a mini magazine of extremely like detailed curated photographs of your work, and also the vibe of a designer. Being a fashion designer, of course, is beyond the clothes, and it's all about like the style, your vibe, like your mood. Appliques are decorative pieces that are added to a garment. It could be beads or embroidery patterns. So those small tiny discs that have like sometimes have holes in them. I think they always have holes in them. They are called sequins, and they're really shining and they really catch the light a lot. They're used for a lot of evening gowns, evening wear. Those are called sequins. A statement piece is a bold, attention-seeking element of like your design. For instance, there is like a huge rose flower on the right hand side of, for instance, an evening dress. Now that is a statement piece because it's going to draw attention, because it is eye-catching. A hat can be a statement piece. Jewelries, accessories can be a statement piece. There are a lot of things that you can address as statement pieces in fashion, but it's a very common fashion buzzword.